We're gonna do a update video on my Fox body. Made it a couple of small changes to it. Still working on getting it to the track and breaking into the 13s. I can't get it into the 13s. I've been there a few times. The first run that I made in the car was a 1509 at 100 miles an hour. The second run was 14.6 at 100 miles an hour. My third run was 14.5 at 100 miles an hour. And the next run that I went to was, after 3 hours of waiting, I finally got one run. That was 14.6 at 100 miles an hour. All of my runs are staying at 100 miles an hour. I just can't get it to hook. The tires on the back are the BF Goodrich G-Force TAs, 255 60 15. Nope, 255 50 16. They fit on the stock pony wheels pretty good. I don't think they look bad. They're a little bit wider than the stock size, but every time it just spins. It'll just spin all the way through the 60 foot, or I'll get it somewhat hooked up and then I'm losing it all in the beginning of it. So I'm still working on it. Hopefully I can get a 13 something. I'd be happy with 13.999. So essentially that's my goal, trying to get it into the 13s. Hood's painted. Looks a lot better. I painted the whole car. The other video, you can see that it looks pretty good. I haven't washed or waxed it. I'm not very, it's not really my thing for washing and waxing cars. I wash it, but I'm not much for waxing. So it is dirty. You can see how dirty it is. But for 25 cans of spray paint and one day of just in there, do a little polish and some wax, and it looks good, I can't complain. The headlights, if you look at my headlights, that one is the bracket that comes with the headlight kit when you get it. And then this one is a factory Ford bracket, the adjusting bracket on there. If you don't like how they look, it would be good idea to use the Ford bracket if you can get it, because I've seen a couple of cars that have these aftermarket lights and none of them they look like crap, like this does, where it just kind of sticks out at the bottom or the top, or nothing lines up. And the Ford one, everything lines up a whole lot better. I have the other bracket, I just haven't gotten around to put it in there. I picked up another set of lights, so I would have another set of Ford brackets that I could sell. So, just the hood pins hold the hood. I'm a little paranoid about the hood flying up and smashing stuff, so I chose to use the pin route. I haven't really changed a whole lot on it. There's my intake. It's got no problems with that. I still like it. It was worth every minute of nighttime porting on there. The alternator from late model restoration, yeah, that died. So I went to O'Reilly's, got another one for a 95 Mustang. Finally got the AC charged up. It's 38 at the vents. It's got some cold AC. Spark plug wires, I switched to the 10.8 XL wires. Got rid of the manual fan and got rid of the stock pulleys. I put the BBK aluminum pulleys on there. I just have the crank pulley and the water pump pulley on there. Fans are the 99 Ford Contour fans. They work pretty good. I don't have any issues with it. When I got the fans in there, I put it in front of a wall, and I only had it about that far away from the wall. Let it run for almost an hour with the AC on. It got about midway on the temperature gauge, maybe a little bit higher, but it never overheated. So it's a good set of fans. This has got the fan controller from O'Reilly's. I gotta fix all this. The battery's in the trunk behind the rear seat. So I gotta redo that, kind of make it look less crappy. But the coolant bottle, there's no place to put a coolant bottle on there. So I got the universal one from O'Reilly's, and I put it down there where the charcoal canister used to be. And then I just ran the hoses along the bottom. And then I got the wiring for the fan is all down there too. And then it comes up. But I still like it. Definitely a fun car. A fun car to go out every once in a while and beat the tar out of it. I really wouldn't change anything aside from 13s, because when I did the runs, that was with the last run was how the car sits now, but the other runs were no power steering, a manual rack in there, well drag lights, the skinnies in the front, and the drag lights in the back, but I had radial TAs on there, which made my 60 foot even worse. But I didn't see much of a difference between that setup and this setup. So all I want is a 13 something without having to resort to drag slicks or ET streets. So that's my goal. I got a Maximum Motorsport camber caster plates on there. I cut the stock springs. I cut a coil off on the front, and I think it was a coil and a half on the back. So it sits lower. I couldn't make up the camber, so I had to get the adjusting plates. But it sits pretty level. When it's sitting on level ground, it sits pretty level. I had to keep trimming the back. When I put the battery back there, it kind of made it a little bit lower, but I kind of get a little over anal on some of this stuff. So that's it. As far as the door handles, when I did the video, I said that they sucked. Yeah, they still suck, because now the driver's side door handle is starting to come apart. That was the late model restoration handles. So I'll have to replace that when it breaks off. I'll use the American Muscle ones on there. I still got to get some of the trim. It's getting there. I like it. That's it.